What's up with all the tattoos, man? What's going on? You got.
What? You want to know the truth?
Yes, I want to know the truth.
All right, brother. I got tired of my face, man. I had that face for 28 years. I wanted a new face.
Something major happened to him while he was locked up. And this him when he first went in. And they're saying he lost a spark in his eyes that he once had, and something majorly wrong allegedly happened to him.
Me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
Second to myself. Second to myself, man. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Gotta let them know what time it is. I'm dead on me. Go crazy.
Blueface walked out of that prison looking like someone completely rebooted him, and the whole internet froze the second they saw it. The new tattoos, the strange symbols stamped across his face, that hard stare that didn't look like the guy people were used to, and that slow switch in his walk, everything about him felt off in a way nobody could ignore. People kept saying he wasn't just different, he looked reconstructed. And the moment folks saw that, they started bringing up Katt's warnings again. Katt been saying for years that the industry loves to break someone down behind closed doors, rebuild them piece by piece, and then push them back outside like a controlled puppet. And when Blueface showed up with those random logo tattoos and that cold, distant look in his eyes, people started whispering that maybe he got caught in one of those setups.
Everybody's not the same. That's why when I said that, nobody came out and went, "That's not true. I'm on God's side." Like, none of them. The conversation was to show that there are spiritual things going on in the world, and that there are things that are bigger than just coincidence, and that a ritual is something that you do over and over and over again a certain way.
The new Blueface, very, very different. There's a lot going on over here. I feel like somebody forced him to do this. This wasn't consensual.
Now, yeah, some people tried to shut it down immediately, saying Blueface isn't big enough for anything that serious. But the people looking deeper said something wild. They said the ritual was never about making him important. It was about marking him, letting everyone know he's branded, controlled, and handled by forces way bigger than him. Almost like they wanted him to walk around as a reminder. But here's where it gets wild. The changes don't feel like simple prison transformation energy at all. When you line up everything Katt has been warning about, the humiliating changes, the strange public rebranding, and the way celebrities suddenly shift into someone you barely recognize, it all matches up a little too well. People are starting to question if this was really just a fresh start, or if this was something designed, planned, and rolled out with a purpose. Here's the wild breakdown of what really happened, because this whole transformation had people blinking twice the moment the photos hit the internet. Blueface went into prison looking exactly like the same dude everyone recognized. Same energy, same messy drama vibe, same face he always had. Nothing out of the ordinary. But then months went by, and that first leaked photo popped out of nowhere. At first, folks brushed it off, saying he just put on some weight, and that's why he looked a little different. No big deal, right? But the real shock came when he stepped out on November 3rd and started posting his own pictures and videos, because
what makes information so powerful is, you don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
that's when people saw his face covered And I mean covered in strange tattoos that nobody could make sense of. This man had a whole grid of random logos stamped across his forehead, jaw, and cheeks like someone used his face as a billboard. Chase, Walgreens, MLB, YSL, all mixed together like somebody picked brands out of a hat. Nothing matched, nothing flowed, it all looked chaotic, and everyone online was confused instantly. But the tattoos weren't even the part that spooked people the most. Folks kept pointing out that his eyes looked flat, almost like the spark was gone. He started moving different, standing different, even his clothes had a whole new vibe. Sure, he gained weight, that part was clear, but people swore his energy shifted in a way that didn't feel natural at all. And then one theory started floating around heavy. Some people said he didn't choose those tattoos at all, that prison gang members might have forced him into it just to get a laugh or show power. And honestly, that wouldn't be unheard of.
Brother, I didn't mean to shoot you, bro. If you seeing this, forgive me, man. It's a true apology. I took a couple classes in there too.
For real?
Yep, Civilization University. I went to school for that.
That's cool.
Couple classes.
That's good growth, man. It's great to hear.
Behind bars. Sometimes they make people get inked for no reason other than entertainment or control. But the more folks looked at Blueface's new appearance, the less this seemed like simple prison mischief. Something about it felt way deeper. Some people say Blueface might have gone along with those tattoos just to avoid getting caught up in dangerous situations behind bars, because he clearly wanted to keep himself safe in there. But there's another angle people keep bringing up, and this one goes straight into what Katt has been shouting for years. Katt used to break down that whole dress ritual conversation, the one where actors and comedians get pushed into wearing dresses on screen, and he always said everyone missed the real message behind it. It was never about the clothes. It was about the symbolism of making someone bow down and show they're under control. And Katt didn't stop at that. He said those strange outfits, the weird branding, the public embarrassment moments, the stage drama, all of it connects to something he believes the industry elites use to mark and manage people. He claimed these moves aren't random at all, but part of a system that wants to show who has the real power. Now, you don't have to fully believe in the whole Baphomet symbolism idea to understand something important. This industry has always had a shadowy side. People at the top make decisions that don't always line up with normal logic, and a lot of it seems designed to keep artists scared, overwhelmed, or tied to whoever runs the money. Even Kanye once said their goal is to control, traumatize, and monetize you, and that line still rings in people's ears. Katt has been calling this out for years. He's been saying certain celebrities get singled out, broken down emotionally, and pushed through humiliating situations just so the people in charge can keep them quiet and compliant. And when folks looked at Blueface's sudden, intense transformation, they couldn't help but wondering if he got pushed through one of those same setups. Katt has been calling this pattern out for years. Actors getting pushed into wearing clothes they never wanted to wear. Comedians getting forced into roles that make them look ridiculous. And celebrities suddenly doing things that don't match their personality at all. And according to him, it's never really about the dress or the costume or any single moment. Just like with Blueface, it's not about the tattoos themselves, it's about breaking someone down until their spirit cracks. Katt never said it was only happening in Hollywood either. He didn't have to mention prison directly because the idea stays the same no matter where it happens. Power is power. Whether it's movie executives pulling strings or the people who control the prison pipeline. A lot of folks even believe those worlds overlap more than anyone realizes. Different buildings, same bosses, same rules. And the logic never changes. If they want to humble you, reshape you, or use you to send a message to everybody watching, they're going to do it loud and public so the world sees the change, even if they don't understand it. So when people look at Blueface and say he looks like he went through exactly what Katt has been describing, that thought isn't coming out of nowhere. This isn't even the first time the public saw someone walk out of prison looking like a totally different human being. Look at Gucci Mane. His transformation was so extreme that people still argue about whether that man even came back the same. Some swear he was replaced because his vibe felt nothing like the old him. Now people are side-eyeing Blueface the same way and wondering what really went down while he was off the grid. The theory goes like this. You take a celebrity who's already unstable, already tangled in drama, already moving reckless, and you push them right up to the line without knocking them all the way down. Just enough to crack their confidence, shake their identity, and make them easier to control. Then you isolate them, pull them away from everyone who could ground them, and nothing leaves a person more exposed than being locked up. When Blueface first walked into prison, he had that loud energy, that cocky attitude, and he looked like nothing could faze him. But when he stepped out, people swore they were looking at a man whose spirit had been worn down bit by bit. His whole vibe felt heavier, like he'd been through something he couldn't even say out loud. And when you look at those new tattoos on his face, that's where things get even stranger. A lot of folks believe he didn't pick that look at all. They say those tattoos are way too strange, too sloppy, and too obviously unflattering to be something he willingly asked for. Some swear he got branded by other inmates because the designs look like something done to mark someone, not something chosen for style. But then there's another theory floating around, and this one goes even deeper. Some people think those logos aren't random at all, but coded symbols meant for industry insiders who know how to read them. Because every time a celebrity goes through one of these public humiliation phases, there's always some weird change. A haircut, a costume, a tattoo, something that looks totally off to regular people, but supposedly carries meaning behind the scenes. The public sees chaos, but insiders might be seeing a message loud and clear. We've seen these strange transformation moments before. Britney shaving her head out of nowhere, Kanye popping up in different masks like he was hiding from the world, and Orlando Brown speaking in ways that had everyone confused and worried. And now Blueface comes out of prison with a bunch of random logos stamped across his face like someone tagged him on purpose. It's the kind of pattern that makes people stop and wonder if something is being signaled behind the scenes. Some conspiracy folks even claim those symbols on his face aren't random brands at all, but markers for different stages in some kind of ritual. They say each logo stands for a step, a meaning, or a message meant for certain people to decode. Now, nobody can say for sure if that's real or not, but the theory's been getting louder because Blueface doesn't look like someone who walked out with normal prison tattoos. But then there's the other side. Some fans believe maybe this wasn't deep at all. Maybe Blueface got into something behind those walls and the tattoos were the price he had to pay to keep himself safe. Some even hinted he might have had to choose between that ink or dealing with situations that could have put him in real danger physically, and he took the option that protected him. Either way you spin it, the result is the same. Blueface doesn't look, move, or act like the same guy who walked in. His vibe shifted completely, like something inside him cracked and changed the whole rhythm of who he used to be. You look at him now, and it's hard to say this is the same man who was running around acting wild before. So how do you feel about Blueface and this whole new look he stepped out with? Are people digging way too deep into these theories? Do you think this was just the usual prison drama that got out of hand, or does it feel like something bigger might have gone down? Some kind of forced branding, a warning, or something meant to shake him into a whole new reality? Let me know what you think, because this whole situation is getting stranger by the minute. Now here's where the story gets even stranger, because people started digging deeper into Blueface's behavior after his release, and the clues just kept stacking up. The first thing folks noticed was how quiet he suddenly got online. This is the same man who used to jump on live every other day, arguing, trolling, cracking jokes, stirring things up, and now he's barely talking at all. That silence had people side-eyeing everything. Then the videos he did post had this weird energy to him. His movements felt stiff, like he wasn't fully present, and at times he looked like he was staring past the camera instead of into it. Some people called it a blank frequency, like he was there but not really there. And when he did speak, his voice sounded lower, heavier, almost like he was forcing himself to sound normal. And get this, folks who claim to know him said he used to be super picky about his appearance, but now he's walking around with those logos on his face like they're nothing, and he's not even trying to hide them with makeup or hoodies. That's what made a lot of people wonder if he didn't have a choice in keeping them, because normally someone that publicly image-focused doesn't just accept a look like that overnight. Some people even swear they've seen this same pattern with other celebs. The The sudden silence, the shift in energy, the strange markings, the intense personality flip. It's like the same storyline playing out with a new character. And that's why so many people are connecting the dots and saying Blueface might have gone through something structured, not just chaotic prison nonsense, but something that follows a pattern they've seen before. Whether it's insider pressure, forced submission, or a message meant to be seen loud and clear, one thing is obvious. Blueface didn't walk out the same man who walked in. Something altered him, and people are trying to figure out what exactly that was. Now here's another twist that has everybody talking. Blueface didn't just come out looking different, he came out acting like he suddenly has something to prove. Almost like he was trying to convince people he was still in control, even though his whole vibe said otherwise. In one clip he posted, he kept rubbing his face like he was trying to adjust to the tattoos, almost like they still didn't feel real to him. People said he looked uncomfortable in his own skin, and that's not the Blueface people remember. Then you got fans pointing out how he's been surrounding himself with brand new people ever since he got out. Not the old crew, not the folks who used to hang around him before, a whole different lineup. That type of switch always raises eyebrows because celebrities usually change their circle when something major goes down behind the scenes. Some folks even think he's avoiding certain people because they know too much about what really happened. On top of that, his behavior has these strange moments where he slips into this awkward, almost robotic calmness. Blueface was always unpredictable and loud, but now he moves like someone's watching every step he takes. He keeps checking his surroundings in videos, he pauses before speaking, and he's way too careful with his words. That careful vibe doesn't match someone who used to spill everything without thinking twice. And the biggest red flag, he hasn't explained anything. Not one proper breakdown of why he got those tattoos, what happened in prison, or why he's moving so differently now. Celebrities love to clear their name, especially when people are roasting their appearance online. But Blueface staying silent is what makes folks think he can't talk about it. People started saying his whole release feels like a man walking around with unspoken rules on his back, like he's keeping quiet because something or someone told him to keep it that way. And when fans sense that type of silence, they know something is off. So, with Blueface's energy shifting, his circle changing, and his spirit looking drained, the theories are only getting louder, and people are starting to wonder if the truth is something he's not able to say out loud just yet. Here's where things go from strange to straight up chilling, because people started digging into Blueface's interviews from before he got locked up, and the difference is shocking. In old clips, he would talk fast, joke around, brag, argue, slip into that wild confidence he was known for. But now, when he speaks, it sounds like a whole new person took over his voice. His tone is slower, his reactions are delayed, and he keeps zoning out mid-sentence like his mind is somewhere else entirely. Some people notice something even weirder, the way he reacts when someone brings up his past drama. Normally, Blueface would jump at the chance to stir the pot, troll someone, or throw a slick comment. But now, he flinches at certain topics, changes the subject, or gets this tight expression like he's trying to hold something back. Fans said it looks like someone taught him what he can and can't talk about. And it doesn't stop there. Folks swear his whole presence feels like someone who's been coached or conditioned. In a few videos, you can see him doing these small nervous habits, tapping his fingers, rolling his shoulders, tightening his jaw, almost like he's trying to calm himself down before he says anything. That's not the behavior of someone who's relaxed. That's the behavior of someone who's carrying pressure you can't see. Even the way he stands looks different. Instead of that loose, confident posture he had before, he's stiff now, like he's always ready for something to happen. People started saying he looks like someone who's been through something intense and hasn't had time to process any of it. And here's the real kicker. Everyone who's crossed his path lately said the same thing. His energy is off. Not just changed, off. It's like there's a heaviness around him, like he's walking around with a weight nobody else can see but everyone can feel. With all these signs stacking up, the silence, the discomfort, the body language, the new circles, the strange tattoos, the personality flip, people are starting to think something happened that Blueface either can't talk about or won't dare mention. And if this is the beginning of the story, who knows what the next chapter is going to look like? So if this really is one of those humiliation rituals Katt kept warning everyone about, the big question becomes, what are they trying to show us with this one? What's the message behind breaking down certain entertainers in front of the whole world? Because when you look at Blueface right now, it feels like whatever happened wasn't just about him changing his look. It feels like something or someone wanted us to notice the shift loud and clear. Some folks think it's a warning to other entertainers, like don't step out of line or this could be you. Others believe it's a public reminder of who really holds the power behind the scenes. And then you got people saying, maybe we're all overthinking it. Maybe it's just prison, pressure, and life catching up to them. But with everything we've seen, can anybody honestly say they don't feel something strange in the air? So I need to know what you think. Is this whole situation deeper than Blueface's new look, or are we seeing patterns that aren't really there? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this story feels far from over. And if you want more wild breakdowns just like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Juicy Reel. Things are only getting crazier from here.